everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Bob here, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of Seiko's latest offerings in their diver lineup, the new Baby Turtle. This is the blue version. I believe it's the SRPC39, and although it's called the Baby or Mini Turtle, it's really its own watch, although you'll definitely see the Seiko diver DNA when we take a closer look at the watch. By the way, in the intro, the little bit of footage of the Baby Sea Turtle, that was from a trip to Belize we'd made a couple of years ago. So I'd actually put together a travel vlog on that trip. The snorkeling was just fantastic. I'm going to leave a link in the description below if you're interested in that. But let's spin the camera around. We'll take a closer look at the Baby Turtle. So as far as what comes with the watch, the packaging is a little bit different than what I've seen from Seiko. Has this really nice white box here, white display box. Paperwork is pretty standard for Seiko, so I'm not going to talk about that today. Now, this version of the watch comes on a pretty nice rubber strap. I like the signed steel keeper here, and the buckle, which is also signed, has a really nice heavy-duty feel. If we look at the other end of the strap, we also have, and I'm not sure if you guys will make that out, but we have embossed the Tsunami Wave logo that we're used to seeing on Seiko diver case backs. Now, I usually keep the original straps or bracelets on watches I'm going to review, just so I can give you guys the full picture of what you get when you get one of these watches. And although I will probably be swapping this out for something different, I'm really happy with the quality and comfort on this one. As far as some of the specs and measurements go on the watch, the case width comes in at a width of just over 42 millimeters. We have a lug to lug of about 43 millimeters. We have a lug opening of 20 millimeters, and the thickness is almost 14 millimeters. The water resistance is 200 meters, and we have a Hardlex crystal with a date magnifier that I know not everyone's crazy about. I could take it or leave it. It's not a deal breaker for me. I guess I'd probably prefer without. But the watch, by the way, also houses the tried and true 4R35 movement. The dial was surprisingly a bit brighter, a bit more of a vibrant blue than I was expecting, especially when you get this thing out in the daylight. We have the typical Seiko Prospex markings on the dial with Seiko up top and the Prospex logo along with automatic diver 200 meters printed on the bottom portion of the dial. The handset is very similar to the Turtle and a couple other Seiko dive models, although I believe the hour hand is just a little bit shorter. We have, again, that date window at 3 o'clock with the date magnifier. I like the hour markers they've chosen here with those rounded ends. They're heavily applied with lume, and we'll take a look at that here in a minute. But before I do, I have to show you what's probably the biggest disappointment with this watch. That is the alignment of the chaptering. If you look on the top portion of the chaptering, it is pretty well spot on. But on the bottom portion, if you guys can make that out, it's shifted just to the left. The bezel is also just maybe an eighth of a tick off of being dead center at the 12 o'clock position there. Not sure why Seiko can't get this right, but it's something to look out for if you're thinking of picking one up. So let's check out that lume. So Seiko's pretty well the best in the business when it comes to lume, especially with their divers, and the Baby Turtle does not disappoint. We've got some beautiful lume here with zero issues when it comes to legibility all night long. The bezel is a 120 click unidirectional bezel with a blue aluminum insert. The action's pretty good here. It's a little bit stiff but manageable, especially if you grip it at the 12 and 6 o'clock positions. There's some minor play in the bezel, not bad. And again, the alignment is just a touch off on this one. The case, I really love this nice cushion style case design. The brushwork is very well done on the top of the case. I love how they've done the lugs with that little spot of polish here. Kind of reminds me of the Sumo lugs. The sides of the case are polished and sort of curved down towards the wrist and case back. Same goes for the other side of the case. The crown, which initially I thought kind of stuck out a little awkwardly at first, especially from pictures I'd seen online, is growing on me now. It's very easy to operate. If you listen, we've got a really nice buttery smooth winding action, and it screws very easily and nicely back in place. On the case back, it is a polished case back, and we have the Tsunami Wave logo like we're used to seeing on Seiko divers. So let's pop it on wrist here for a quick second. So right away for me, I really like the smaller size from Seiko. This thing just fits the wrist perfectly to me. I like big dive watches too, but it's a nice change from the usual 44 millimeter plus sized watches we often see from them. As a whole, I love the new design. Really, if it wasn't for the alignment issues, this watch would be great. And I'm sure there's lots out there with decent alignment, but with these new releases, it's just hard to get one in hand to give it the once over before actually purchasing it. So in the end, I think we've got another fun Seiko diver in their lineup that's a great option. So that's going to be it, guys. Let's take this back outside and we'll wrap up today's video. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed our look at the new Seiko Baby Turtle, the blue version. Really cool watch. I always have a blast putting together these videos, especially the Seiko divers. I'm a big Seiko diver fan. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. If anybody has any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to get back to as many as I possibly can. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.